This is Vlog, themed exploring WSU's research niche areas with leading researchers. Join us for a series of vlogs that will see Vice-Chancellor and Principal, Professor Rushila Nolundi-Songa, engaging with various academics and researchers.
Good day to our viewers and good day to you, Professor Jere. As we start, may you please introduce yourself and your research niche area and researchers involved in that niche area?
Good day, VC, and to the viewers. Thank you for the opportunity. So my name is N.R Jere. I am an associate professor in the IT department in Buffalo City campus. So I am currently the chair of the ICT for Sustainable Development research niche area. This research niche area is quite diverse, multidisciplinary. We have colleagues in different other faculties, for example, social sciences, education, business scientists, health, because we believe that ICT cuts across all the disciplines. But of course, the main drivers, people who are assisting or heading some of the different sub-niche areas, include my HOD, Dr. Lukose, and Dr. Gardner Mwanza, Dr. Oki. These are people in the department who are assisting. Of course, we have other people from other universities who are also actively involved in our research. For example, we have people from UNISA, people from UKZN, people from SOPLAG, people from Namibia University of Science and Technology, who are actively involved in the other sub-sectors or sub-niche areas within our niche area. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And what are the key focus areas and possible ICT solutions that WSU could possibly prioritize and focus on in developing and designing ICT solutions?
Okay, so to this one, because of the location of WSU itself, you can actually see that we need to make impact in the community that we are in. So we have defined a number of areas that ICTs can be used to improve. So the first one, we'll start with education. So we understand that education and online education, as an institution, we have adopted the blended learning kind of, where technology is also getting key. The vision itself, which talked about infusing technology, is quite key in our research niche area. So we focus on technology in education. We understand that our people every day, they need to go to the health sectors. In the health sector, many people in our communities surrounding the university itself face many challenges in the health sector, but we believe technology can also assist them and also even the nurses to get information and to get proper help. We understand that the province is dominated by people who are in farming. Mm-hmm. Agriculture is key. So we infuse technology in agriculture by implementing emerging technologies such as your drones, online agricultural databases for our farmers to be able to. And we also understand government is key. Many of our people rely on our social grants and what. So the delivering of government services to our people is very critical. So the cluster also then focuses on the e-government and m-government services to the people. Now, we notice that the structure of most of our government departments or even service providers who provide services to this province, and due to the infrastructural challenges which the province faces, it is difficult to have or to host and manage ICT services here. So you end up having what we call cloud-based services, where people only use what they are going to be willing or able to. And these services should be managed from somewhere by other people. So we introduce cloud computing. We need to say when we do research and get data or collect information from different people in the community, that data should make sense. So issues around what we call in IT big data analytics, for people who are in the issues around decision making, to be able to make decisions based on the data. Just as one example, for example, in teaching and learning, we could introduce, or we have digital big data analytics, where all the first years, for example, data is stored. When you have that data, you are easily able to pick then to say this student is likely to be a dropout because he's lacking on 1, 2, and what. We have all that information based on the schools they have studied in, and based on their results, you can easily see. So the university can easily do interventions based on the data which is available in our system, which is something which we are focusing on, developing these big data analytic tools. And this we are doing in a number of sectors: education, agriculture, health. We are doing all that. Just as one point in this, our key focus in the title of the research niche area, you see the word sustainable. So for us, sustainability means our people are part of the solution. So we use what we call co-designing approach. We design for them, with them. We know the issues of language is quite key. So in our case, natural language processing, text to speech is key, so that our people are able to benefit from the solutions that we are proposing. So in a nutshell, that is how I would describe.
You are raising quite a few important things, and let's look at the ICT for education. Does your group liaise with LTD, for an example? Because one of the things that we are grappling with as an institution is the online teaching. And we believe that our colleagues need a little bit of assistance in terms of teaching online and also doing assessments online. Do you think that your research niche area has a role to play there? That is the first question. And the other one, in terms of what I've said in terms of analytical data and trying to be proactive in identifying students who are at risk of dropping out. Do you also work in collaboration with the student tracking system as that is being headed for currently by Mr. Mbodila? Do you consciously make those synergies and partnerships, at least internally?
Okay. No, thank you very much for that. So I think you would get it from the involvement in the online learning management system. So fortunately, I am HCI, Human-Computer Interaction. So I'm so particular about the websites, the way things look and all that. So when we moved from WhatsApp and to Moodle, I told the guys in CLTD that I'm not going to use Moodle because it's too ugly for what I call design, because it was not designed even anywhere near the interface. If you look at it from WhatsApp, which we're migrating from, to the West. So I think I had a talk 2 weeks ago with the Mrs. Mkabile, the one in Butterworth, where she was saying some years ago we started engagements on how we can design interfaces that are attractive to our people. So if you see our old website, university one, and the new one, that's the kind of information the kind of design which we will need to push from. Our old WhatsApp looks nicer than the latest one. So we are saying this can be redesigned and we are available, and the institution should actually not go out and allow us to use my design students. I tell you, they will tell you, no, this is not good, because they know there are 7 principles of design which we teach, which they know. So we are already involved in that. The Mr. Mbodila side, I have had actually work closely with one of his interns. I know what they are busy trying to do and to make sense out of the data which we are using. But our most critical one wasn't in the education, the one which we started with. We started with the one in agriculture, where we were trying to say, based on the big data analytic data which is available, can the farmers be able to make decisions based on their soils, vegetation and what? Because you find that most of the farmers at the moment, they are growing maize because they know that their forefathers used to grow maize. But maybe maize is not even the best crop which they must do. So we are saying, based on the information around, which we cover with soil scientists, vegetation experts and what, is what they are practicing as agricultural practice the best and what. So we still think that this model can be still applied to. We have done one in education, but of course for high school, where we have used the data. We have been involved in an NIHSS funded project where we've developed, using N.R Tambo district, a girl child school dropout, a big data analytic tool. This is basing on the factors which one can drop out. Then you try to predict, to say, if a learner is this traveling all this far, is staying with, what are the chances of here to drop out? We have that, and it's available online, and it's a project which we edited sometime last year.
So I want to touch on what you have just said. So perhaps also, is there any thinking about, now that, for an example, in this instance that you have just mentioned, then making that data available to maybe the department or to the high schools, communities around, so that they too can then begin to reflect and think of interventions to assist those students who are in that category, for an example?
Yes. So when we were doing the research, N.R Tambo is big.
Yes.
So we had to identify, working with the Department of Education, N.R Tambo, Tate Kune and Mr. Chachalo, who are at the department. They helped us to identify 10 schools, which we have worked with. So the data is available. Now we said the funding was only 500,000, but we managed to reach almost 1,000 learners, girl child learners, to collect the data. So we have even written now to N.R Tambo to say, should they have any funding, rather than them returning it to Treasure, can they allow us so that we pilot what we have done with a number of schools, even 1 or 2. We have reached to UNICEF to try to assist. We have engaged social development. In our presentation of the final end offer, they were there, all those key stakeholders, and we are hoping that we will be able to pilot what we have developed very soon.
What could be the approaches aligned to the institutional vision that could be considered in ensuring the citizens are engaged and part of the ICT solutions and ensure sustainability in the process?
So I like the 1 or 2 words in our university new vision, the Africanicity part of it. So for us, you will see towards the end, we are organizing an African ACI conference, where we believe Africa is possible. Africa can. We can do all the kind of systems, technological solutions which we want, using African case studies in Africa. So in our case, it's simple. The people we are designing or developing for are key. So we use participatory design, we use co-designing approach, engaging, even the girl child which I was mentioning in Portal. We just got the input from the girls, girl learners. We asked them how they want to. It's an expensive process to do because you need to do a lot of back and forth until the user is satisfied. But you know that the moment you hand over, you are free because they are able already to drive from A to C with minimum training because they were part of the involvement. So it's simple, it's participatory design, it's citizen centric, it's the Ubuntu kind of. It's considering the human. We don't push for technology to our people. We don't impose. We want them to drive so that it's impactful.
Okay. What are the main activities that the ICT RNA has done since its establishment?
Okay. We have done a lot. The first one was to reach out to some colleagues who are out there who are experts in other disciplines that we want to work on. For example, cybersecurity. We had to reach out to some colleagues in Namibia whom I used to work with, very, very energetic about cybersecurity. We collaborated with a number of key partners, and our most crucial one has been a research retreat. We have done a research retreat where we brought a number of researchers from different ICT research niche areas, which we are sub-niche areas, which we are focusing on, to try to come up with publications and write papers based on what we have done. We are embarking now on expanding the collaboration, and we manage also within the cluster to host a postdoc. Of course, it's difficult to have postdoc in IT. Because they come and go. Like now, I don't have twice. We have put the advert, but you don't get them. So we have during the time when we had postdoc, we had managed to come up with about 6 publications, and very, very high impact journals. And for us, I think what is also interesting in our research cluster is the importance of culture and indigenous knowledge. Then how we can infuse technology based on one's culture and indigenous knowledge. So we are planning now a big conference. Fortunately, we are hosting a human-computer interaction. It's called Africa Conference in November. So most of our colleagues are trying then to participate and engage in that.
Are there any postgraduate students who are part of this research niche area?
So the postgraduate which we have, unfortunately, I don't have a postgraduate program from the IT point of view, but we have postgraduate students. And fortunately, of course, most of our staff are also postgraduate students. So we have postgraduate students who are our staff. For example, Miss Mavuso, who is quite active in a research at NMU, but she is also our staff member. We have staff Pulain in social sciences. She's also doing, we have Artie in social sciences, is also doing a PhD with UP. These are people who are in our field, and I think also we have from teaching and learning colleagues who have come in to try to contribute. So we are inclusive and we try to accommodate anyone who has passion for impactful technology to the community.
As we wrap up, what are some of your achievements as a group and challenges and areas that you think maybe you might need maybe some kind of assistance or improvement for that matter?
Okay, so the achievements would actually say it has to do with us being able to attract other researchers and for our research niche area to at least be active And I think we are a very good family, research directorate. I think when we had our workshop retreat at Blue Lagoon, they were so surprised because it was packed of researchers. We even had to bring in other colleagues from Mangosuthu University to come and train on some areas of them to be able to write. We have managed to, as we started, said my heart is always in Butterworth because I started there. So we had a retreat which was organized by the ICT department, a research retreat beginning of this year. They have already put up one paper. We are still waiting for the other papers. In Mthatha, you see, we are very active. We are engaging other people from different disciplines. With Dr. Hannibal Msarura, who work in the big data analytics within the health sector. So with the Dr. Ncila in social sciences, we did the IKS project in Kofimvam, where we were having the backup support from the working with Mr. Kabuya, HOD of computer science. So we try to engage and bring people together who have passion for technology. Of course, there are challenges. Obviously, it will be in terms of finances. We put proposals for funding, external and internal. But when you look at the diverse kind of structure which we have, the current allocation which we get from the institution, for example, it's welcomed, but it's not enough to allow us to do all we can do. But we are trying. I think hosting the African International Conference, which you obviously will be invited to, will be something which will obviously open a lot of doors, because our colleagues now, they have an opportunity to work with people who are in organizations which we think they don't exist. For example, in our organizing committee for the conference, it's organized by Africans who are in human-computer interaction, doing well in different countries. So we have colleagues from Canada, we have colleagues working from Google itself. So the conference is funded by Google. One of our most publishing area, our ICT, computer science publications, they should be published in what we call the ACM. ACM funds the conference which we are hosting. So for us, it's a good opportunity to expose and meet many experts who are doing well. So,
thank you very much, Professor Jere, for having this conversation with me and doing such great work. And I wish you all the best, and we'll continue to support your research niche area. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and we are hoping to make a difference in the society. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To our viewers, we've come to the end of our conversation with Professor Jere. Until next time.